Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another au pair video for you guys. Also, rocking those space buns again. They seem to become my standard au pair video hairstyle. Anyways, today is going to be all about the first Skype date with a potential host family. And if you want to hear more, just stick around and let's get started. So in the matching process, families can contact you if they are interested in you as their au pair. If a host family contacts you depends on so many different things, so don't go nuts if you don't get requests right away. I literally didn't get any requests for the first 1.5 months, I think. It depends on your age, on what the family is looking for, on when you want to leave your home country and how long it is until then, and so many other different things. In most cases, it is really not your personal fault. So when it comes to that point where you have a family that you could imagine being an au pair in, that you want to get to know better and that you want to talk to more, go ahead and do a Skype date. For me, it was always the family who asked me for a Skype date. Don't be afraid to make the first step because that's just going to show them that you're interested and that you're confident and that you really want to get to know them. And showing interest is never wrong. Now the Skype date is a really interesting, cool, exciting, but also very nerve-wracking experience because you actually talk a foreign language to foreign people that are sitting at the other end of the world and they see you. In the best case, there's the pressure of wanting to be their au pair, so with that the pressure to say or do something wrong. Overall, the fear of just making a bad impression. So there is really a lot of pressure on you before you hit that green button on Skype. But my biggest tip, and probably one of the most important ones, stay calm. You don't really have that much of a reason to be nervous if you think about it. They are looking for an au pair just as much as you are looking for a host family. So basically, nothing can go wrong. Either you fit or you don't, and that's just the thing you need to find out. Obviously, everyone has perfect dream imaginations when it comes to imagining their host family, but let me tell you, don't set your expectations extremely and way too high. Expect the normal things and the things that are really, really important to you, but don't think like, well, if they don't live in California in a huge mansion, then I ain't going there. Just give the host family a chance to be themselves as well and to be honest and to just open up to you about their family life because they obviously are interested to have you in it, and if that's the case, then you can just talk openly with each other and that's the best thing that can happen. Very important is to not make yourself better than you are. And I'm not sure if I just said that in a very mean way or if that is just a very obvious thing, but don't lie about yourself to your host family. It would just be stupid to do it because if you told them that you were perfection in a human being, then they will have very high expectations when you get there, and if you get there and don't fulfill the expectations, then they will be mad and they will be sad and you will be sad and there's going to be a rematch, and who wants that? If you are yourself and they are themselves and it fits, then everything will be fine. No lies needed. I know everyone always has these expectations of where they want to live, and oh girl, I understand you if you say I want to live in California. It just doesn't help you at all to live downtown LA but not get along with your host family. Next thing is to not worry about your English and ask if you have questions or didn't understand anything. That is just so important. They know that you are from a different country and that you are probably very young still and that you don't speak English fluently, so they won't expect you to speak perfect English with them. And think about it like that. If you're in your hometown and someone else who doesn't really speak your language that good tries to ask you something and comes up to you and asks where the next supermarket is, are you really mad at them or do you laugh at them for not being able to speak your language? I'd rather think it's cute if some words don't sound the way they are supposed to sound. Don't feel judged, and also if you didn't understand something they said, ask. What if the interview is over and you didn't understand half of it, but the part you did understand you liked, but the part you didn't understand might have changed your mind? Don't want that to happen, right? Now for the interview itself. It is so super important to be prepared. And by prepared, I mean really look through everything the family sent you and that you've talked with them and all the information you already have about them. but also write down questions about things that you really want to know and that are super important to you, because I bet there is a lot you want to know. So before you get in front of that camera, girl, take a look into the mirror. Just look fresh and natural and nice and friendly and awake when you get in front of the camera, and also set up your camera or laptop or computer in a very nice surrounding. You don't want a messy room or anything in the background, because that's just gonna make a bad impression right away, and you don't want that. Also, be prepared for anything. And by prepared, I mean be prepared for trick questions they might ask you. What my host family did about, oh my gosh, it's been more than 3 years ago. What my family did back then was ask me, so if the kids were playing in the playroom while you cook dinner for them, and suddenly you hear them fight over a toy and fight very badly and loudly, what do you do? And I was not prepared. I did everything wrong. Great. I literally had to think about it, although it is so simple. Families want to test you. They want to have you as their au pair, and they're happy to get to know you. They also have expectations in you, just like you have expectations in them. But also what I mean by being prepared is prepare questions that you want to ask the family about things that are super important for you. Obviously, at the point that you become an au pair, you are over 18, and with that, they expect a little bit of maturity. They like when you ask questions, because that just shows them that you're interested and that you know what is important for you to know, and also that they know that you take the decision seriously. You should definitely get the information on what your work times are. Obviously, they can always change a little bit depending on the situation, and you have to be flexible and all that, but the regular daily basis case is what you need to know before you go there, just so that your mind is set to it. You know what I mean? Also, really interesting things to know are everything about their religion and their eating habits. Not that you should have any prejudices or anything, but it is really important to know, just so that you know if you can live with their way of life. And if you behave very friendly and normal and just interested because it's important for you to know, then that's a completely okay question to ask. I also experienced that a lot of host families like it when you ask what their rules are and how they solve conflicts between the kids and conflicts in general. I guess that's just a very mature question to ask, so they always like it. And it is also very important to know for you, because if you don't kind of at least follow the rules of the parents, then they won't take you seriously. Also, a very important thing is to ask about yourself, about your rules, about your curfews, and about their imaginations of what a perfect au pair for them is like, or what they rely on the most in an au pair. So the most important thing is always to ask all about the kids. Obviously, they are the center of your year, and you should want to know all about them, and the parents want to see that you want to know all about them. Some parents even let their host kids be in the Skype dates, which my family did, and what I really love, because then the kids saw me and we could just talk a couple of words and see how the chemistry is. Oopsies, I kicked my camera, I'm sorry. So ask about the kids' hobbies, ask about their school, ask about their friends, just chit chat with them if you have the chance to. If not, just, you know, parents love to talk about their kids. That's just a thing. So feel free to just ask anything. And if you think you had enough information on the kids, and also the host parents, that's very important too. Show interest in the host parents as well, because they will function as your parents, kind of. So it is very important to know them as well, and to show interest in their lives, because they are the ones who decide if they want you in their family or not. Now, if you're done asking all the urgent questions that really need to be asked, most families always tell you in advance or during the interview, but if they haven't told you and you really want to know if you have a car or something like that, or about luxury things like traveling and stuff, then you should really wait and see how it goes, and then maybe ask at the second Skype date or in the mail afterwards. If you have open questions left, you can just add them there. I would not ask questions like that right away, because that just, it makes a bad impression, but I think that everyone knows that, and I don't really need to say that, and I don't even know why I'm saying that, so I'm just gonna shut up. Also very interesting for you might be to ask the family about where they live, and also how they live. You might want to know some stuff about the city, about the state, about the weather, about what you can do there, whether there are a lot of other au pairs or not. And that's definitely an icebreaker, I feel like. That's something that can get a conversation rolling if it's like awkward in the beginning or something. You know, the weather trick in conversations. Ooh, it's sunny outside. Shit, I don't know what to say. Most of the time, especially if you are in contact with a family from the US and you live in Europe, use Skype when it's like evening/nighttime at your home country, in your home country. So when you're done, I would definitely recommend to just let everything sink in and relax and go to sleep. Maybe talk to your parents about it, or a friend, or your sister, brother, or whatever. And then the next morning when you wake up, write them an email if they haven't written you, and just giving them feedback, maybe asking some last open questions and telling them that you would love to hear from them again, and so on and so on. And most of the time they answer pretty quick, which is amazing, and then you will see how the Skype date went. The things that matter the most are be friendly, be nice, be yourself, be open-minded and calm. And if you are all of that, then the only thing that will have to be found out is if the family matches you or not. Match you, but if they match you... This is it for this video. I hope I could somehow help you, and there are only amazing Skype dates coming up. Maybe even one, because you're just so amazing and slay the first time so that you find your family the first time, and it's just amazing. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, leave a nice comment if you want to, maybe leave some questions if you have any, and I'll hope to see you in my next video.